Hey guys, this is Paris Brazel, and I'm a licensed social worker and also a graduate intern here at Beachbrook. And today I'm going to be finishing up our part 2 video to teen dating violence. And I want to start off by kind of talking about some of the content that we're going to talk today and provide a warning. So the content will revolve around sexual consent. And so if this video is something that is more harmful to you than helpful to you, I would encourage you to either skip over this video or skip to the end where some resources will be provided. And so, the meaning behind this video is to provide age-appropriate information that will empower you guys as teenagers to make healthy decisions. We know that 38% of teenagers are sexually active nationally, according to the CDC. So we want to make sure that we provide you guys with information that, involves safe, consensual sex and also provides red flags for relationships that are not having that, and what to do if you find yourself in that situation. So starting off, in a relationship or in any kind of capacity, anyone who is trying to coerce or pressure someone into doing something sexually that they may not want to do, or someone who controls someone's sexual activity or their reproductive methods and choices, that is considered sexual abuse. And so we really want to kind of break that down today. Someone does not have to verbally coerce you for it to be sexual abuse, or you do not have to verbally coerce someone. This can be done by actions or also by ignoring the physical responses of someone that are communicating no. So when we talk about consent, we want 4 things to be present, and that is a clear, consistent, sober, and enthusiastic yes. And if those things are not there verbally and non-verbally, then consent is not present. So I want us to look at a little bit, what does it look like to not consent in a non-verbal way? So some of these things may seem a little bit more obvious, like someone who's pushing or pulling away, but maybe someone who's shaking their head no. This could be silence. This could be not responding physically, lying there motionless, not removing clothing, looking scared, looking sad. And then I want to kind of look at what is it to not consent verbally. This could be some of the more common ones by saying no or stop, but this could also be someone just saying, I don't know, I'm not sure, I want to, but anytime there's a but in there, that is not consent. This makes me uncomfortable, I don't want to do this anymore, this feels wrong, or someone just simply changing the subject. All of those things are examples that someone is not consenting with a clear, consistent, sober, and enthusiastic yes. A couple other things to be mindful of specifically in a dating relationship, but this applies to anything, that consent should be ongoing. So that means if sexual activity progresses or changes, partners should be checking in with each other verbally and physically, looking at verbal and physical cues to see if their partner is comfortable. So as things start to progress, you're making sure that your partner is okay. And, just because you've done something physically with a partner before does not mean that it is expected again. So, we'll use the example of holding someone's hand. Just because that's happened before does not mean you're expected for that to happen in the future. Everyone always has the power to change their mind. So real quick, I kind of want to go through some red zone behaviors. So this would include, unwanted kissing or touching, refusing to wear contraceptive, initiating sexual contact when someone is intoxicated by drugs, alcohol, they're unconscious, they're asleep, anytime someone's unable to provide consent. This could be someone ignoring any verbal or nonverbal cues that indicate that you want to stop. So those cues that we talked about before, anyone ignoring those, that is a complete red flag. And then someone who doesn't check in to make sure that you are comfortable during sexual activity or as activity progresses. So, or that could be you not doing that. So that would be a major red flag. Some green zones. So this is behavior that we want to see in physical relationships, and that would be, read and response to partners' cues when engaging in sexual activity. So you're looking for those verbal cues, you're looking for those nonverbal cues, having open communication with partner to ensure that they're comfortable, not expecting any form of sexual activity even if it's happened in the past, and only responding with understanding when their partner indicates no. So that is the only appropriate response. So that is kind of in a nutshell all of the information. I know that it was quite a bit, and at the end we're going to have some more resources that maybe you can use to reach out to if you're feeling like this is an area that you don't feel safe in your relationship. So So the next, to kind of jump ships a little bit, we're going to talk about a different form of dating abuse. And this one is one that we may not talk about as much, but I think it's super relevant to you guys and to your age specifically. And this is called digital dating abuse. So this can be a form of emotional abuse a lot of times, but it deals specifically with being online. So this is using any form of technology or social media to intimidate, harass, or control a partner. So what might this look like? Some red flags would include, telling who you can and cannot follow online, using social media to track activities, insulting or humiliating your partner online, constantly texting or making you feel like you can't be away from your phone. So let's say you're away from your phone for a minute and your partner is consistently, texting you saying, "Where are you? Why aren't you responding to me?" Looking through the phone of your partner without asking, so looking through messages, pictures, videos, stealing or pressuring your partner to share account passwords, using any kind of technology to monitor their phone or accounts, and telling what they can and cannot post. So all of these are kind of in a red flag zone. And so, what does a green light relationship look like for digital communication? And that would be, openly communicating about who you guys will talk to through social media messaging. So this might mean that, you and your partner decide together that you're not going to talk to specific people because maybe, there's some boundaries there that you guys both agree on having. And that's okay. That's okay to have, but there needs to be open communication there, and control should not be present. And this means you also don't access your partner's phone without asking. So, there's a boundary there that you would never touch your partner's phone without their permission. You allow your partner to be away from their phone without being angry or upset, or your partner allows that of you. So, that's where the communication comes in again. Maybe you shoot your partner a text and say, "Hey, I'm going to be away from my phone for the next couple hours." And so you communicate that, but then the other person responds accordingly saying, "Yeah, totally fine, no worries." So, you're not controlling who your partner follows or what they post, but you guys both just strive to mutually respect each other. And then you're communicating with your partner instead of using technology to track or control your partner. So you're not signing up on Snapchat, trying to see where they are all the time, trying to control where they are. You're just communicating with each other. So I know that was a lot of information. I do want to close, specifically, for any of you who are experiencing any of this red flag behavior in your relationships, and this could be from this video or from the video that Ms. Hannah talked about, we really want you guys to know that you are not alone, and that there are resources out there for you. So, the first step, I want you to talk to someone that you trust. That could be your Beachbrook worker, that could be a teacher, a friend. But if you're not quite ready for that, there are other national resources that I do want to point you to. And so one of them is a confidential resource, and it's 24 hours. It's the National Teen Dating Hotline. You can call at 1-866-331-9474, and you'll be connected immediately to an advocate. And then you can also visit their website at loveisrespect.org, and you can view other resources and access their live chat. So if that is something that you need, I really encourage you to reach out. Or if you have a friend who you think may need that, I encourage you to pass on that information. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Thanks for listening.